Florida wants to cut $55 billion in property taxes. Texas, $51 billion. Sounds amazing until you realize you're the one who's going to pay for it, whether you own a home, rent, or just buy groceries. I mean, since when does the government say, keep your money? This isn't tax relief, it's a trap. And when you see the math, you'll know exactly who's getting played. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what they're not telling you, because there's a 47-year-old experiment that spills the beans on why they are so eager to give up your property tax money. In 1978, there was one state that tried this. And let's check their scorecard today. They have the highest price gas tax in the country. And despite those taxes, they're almost dead last in road quality at 47th. They have the worst affordability in the country, second only to Hawaii, and they're dead last for their business climate. But they did rank #1 in two categories: homelessness and population exodus. Almost 1.5 million people have fled this state in the last 4 years, all directly related to voting in a property tax reform bill. And of course, I'm talking about California and Proposition 13. And that wasn't an elimination of property tax. That was just a cap on how high property tax could go. Californians overwhelmingly voted for this because politicians promised relief, a higher level of ownership, an economic boom. Sound familiar? I mean, it makes you wonder why your state is considering the same play, doesn't it? Texas, $18 billion property tax cut, the largest in state history, signed by Governor Abbott in August of 23. On the ballot in November this year to eliminate it entirely. Same for Florida. Governor DeSantis studying complete elimination of $55 billion in property taxes via Senate Bill 852. Ohio, activists there are pushing to abolish all $23 billion in property taxes with no replacement plan, and that's going to show up on the ballot in November also. And then Nebraska, the epic option 2.0, where they're positioning to eliminate property, income, and inheritance taxes on the ballot for 2026. And then Pennsylvania, House Bill 900, and North Dakota looking to gradually eliminate over the next 10 years. And then there's Wyoming, South Dakota, Montana, Michigan, Kansas, Illinois, Idaho, Tennessee, Colorado, Georgia, New Mexico, and Arizona with major property tax reform on the ballot. More than just a few states. This is a coordinated movement spreading faster than wildfire. And everywhere they go, politicians are making the same promise. You'll finally own your home, free and clear. Sounds amazing, right? What could be wrong with that? No more property taxes. No more threat of losing your house if you can't pay. True ownership, at last. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars they're giving up. Why so generous? Is it generosity, or are we being played? This is a game of 3-card monte, and you're the mark. Card 1, they eliminate property tax, and then you cheer. Card 2, they quietly raise consumption taxes to replace the revenue. You pay more. Card 3, the wealthy pocket massive savings while you get stuck with the bill. So let's do the math. Let's look at it. Take Florida, for example. Florida currently raises $55 billion from property taxes. Now, to replace that with sales tax, according to the Florida Policy Institute, they need to double the state sales tax from 6% to 12%, making it the highest sales tax in America. So that $5 coffee becomes $5.60. That $100 grocery trip becomes $112. That $30,000 car becomes $33,600. Every single purchase, every single day, for the rest of your life. But here's where the game gets really dirty. Meet Robert. He owns a $5 million beachfront mansion in Naples. Under the old system, he pays roughly $50,000 a year in property tax. Under the new system, 0 property tax, but maybe $20,000 more in sales tax because he can shop out of state, buy through his business, or just simply spend less as a percentage of his massive wealth. Net savings for Robert, $30,000 per year, forever. Now, meet Rochelle. She owns a $200,000 home in Gainesville, pays $3,000 in property tax. Under the new system, 0 property tax, but $4,500 more in sales tax because she can't avoid buying groceries, gas, clothes, medicine, and necessities for her family. Net cost for Rochelle, $1,500 more per year, forever. This isn't tax relief. It's wealth transfer from the middle class to the rich, disguised as generosity. And the irony here, you'll thank them for it. You may even applaud, because we've seen this movie before. Let me show you exactly how this playbook worked in California, because it's the same script they're using today. Prop 13 promised relief for homeowners getting taxed out of their houses. Property values were skyrocketing. Elderly people were losing homes they'd lived in for decades. The exact same story you're hearing today. And here's what they don't want you to know about California's education collapse. Before Prop 13, California California was 7th in per student spending nationally, 18th overall in education rankings. Property taxes funded 60% of school budgets locally. After Proposition 13, today, 47th in per student spending, 37th in education rankings. Student-teacher ratios 47% above national average. They've lost over $150 billion in education funding over 40 years. But here's what they didn't tell voters. When you eliminate billions in local revenue, it has to come from somewhere else. During the same time frame, California replaced property tax with the highest state income tax in the country, 13.3%. The highest state gas tax, 50 cents per gallon above national average per gallon. Higher sales tax, among the highest nationally, and hundreds of new fees and assessments. And then parcel taxes and Mello-Roos, just property taxes by a different name, positioned outside the boundaries of the proposition. But the real genius of the scam was something called fiscalization of land use. You see, some cities couldn't get much property tax from new housing, so they started chasing sales tax revenue instead, favoring commercial development. I mean, you ever wonder why California has so many strip malls? You see, cities get more sales tax from retail than property tax from housing. Auto malls and shopping centers became preferred development. They fast-tracked them through the bureaucracy, and housing took a back seat to commercial projects and ultimately created the housing shortage that drives current prices today, and the very affordability crisis that's driven 1.46 million people out of the state in just the last 4 years. What was once a simple property tax system became a maze of special districts, fees, and assessments. The California experiment created 4 specific disasters. The first one, the education collapse. 2, infrastructure decay. 3, affordability crisis. And 4, the generational wealth transfer. And remember, this was just from capping property tax at 1% of assessed value, not eliminating it entirely like Texas, Florida, Nebraska, Ohio, and Pennsylvania are planning to do. If just a property tax cap created California's disaster, what will complete elimination do? So, if you don't want to get played, you want to read the fine print before you cast your vote and get answers to these 7 questions. First, what's the exact replacement revenue plan? And don't accept we'll figure it out later. 2, is the funding from temporary surplus or permanent revenue? Texas used one-time money for permanent cuts. 3, are there automatic triggers or emergency clauses, like Texas tried to sneak past you with their disaster clause? And 4, which fees and taxes will increase to compensate? The money has to come from somewhere. And 5, who benefits most? Homeowners or wealthy property investors? Follow the money. Then 6, what happens to schools and services when the economy slows? Consumption taxes crash during recessions. And then 7, are there carve-outs for essential purchases like food and medicine? Or does everything get more expensive? If they can't answer these questions clearly and specifically, you're being played, likely. The bottom line, there's no such thing as a free lunch in tax policy. When government says keep your money, guard your other pockets, because they're already reaching for them, just like they already do to people who lose their home to tax foreclosure. For example, before I wrap this up, you see, when counties foreclose on homes for unpaid property taxes, they often keep way more money than they're actually owed. You see, the current scam, it plays out like this. If you owe $5,000 in back taxes and they sell your house for $100,000, that $95,000 overage legally belongs to you, the homeowner. But 72% of these excess funds go unclaimed because people don't know it's rightfully theirs. And if they do, they don't know how to claim it. And if they do know how to claim it, the government makes it really difficult so that people give up. And if you don't pull it off within 3 years, it's gone forever. They just flat out keep it. My buddy Bob helps people in this situation for a living and earns 10 to 40% referral fees helping people like this. Like $15,000, $25,000, $50,000 a pop for helping people get back the funds that they didn't know was theirs, that was rightfully theirs. Pretty good living for Bob. And if you want to see how he does it, and he'll show you how you can do it too, I put a link to a short training below, or you can just scan the QR code that you see right here. You see, the property tax elimination movement, it's spreading fast. The question isn't whether you'll pay taxes, it's how much and in what form. Don't let them play you like they played California. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.